Don't Breathe 2 is a sequel to an excellent and very suspenseful film that came out a few years ago, which followed a group of people trying to rob a blind man for his riches, only to find out that guy is trained in beating your ass to death. And in this movie, we do switch up directors from Fede Alvarez to Rodo Sayegis, and we are lucky to still have Stephen Lang as the main protagonist slash antagonist, who also happens to have the friendliest profile picture on Wikipedia I've ever seen. He seriously looks like the nicest freaking barista you've ever met. Now, obviously, he's not a nice barista in this film. He is the terrifying Norman Nordstrom. I was really excited when I heard about this movie. I wish it came out a few years earlier, and I was a little worried when I heard Fede Alvarez was not directing this film, but he does act as a producer, which could mean almost nothing or quite a lot, actually. So this is a non-spoiler review, and there's a lot that you could easily spoil, so I'm just going to give you a basic synopsis. This movie follows Norman, our antagonist from the first movie, trying to get back his daughter. Gonna leave it at that. And honestly, was this movie better than the first one? Hell effing no. But that does not mean this movie doesn't have great moments. Let's start off with the pros really quick. This movie changes directions quite often and has a lot of twists and turns you don't see coming. And that kind of unpredictability makes the movie really fun and engaging. And Stephen Lang, once again, as Norman Nordstrom, kills it in his role. He does a really good job with this character. And tell me this guy would not make an excellent Cable in X-Men / Avengers / Deadpool. And this movie does a long single shot take, and it's done really well. I'm a huge sucker for those, so definitely loved seeing that. And now moving on to the cons, the first half of this movie is really poorly paced. There were moments where I was actually kind of bored, and I don't want that in a movie like this because the first film was really suspenseful and has you on the edge of your seat very often. And this movie almost had none of that. And this movie is also very dark, and I mean literally it's very dark. I couldn't see shit. This is like Cheesecake Factory level dark. I couldn't see anything. I was like squinting trying to figure out what was going on. And speaking of squinting, there are moments in this movie where there are like corners. I think the lens that they're using is really bad because I thought there was a smudge on my freaking glasses. Pay attention to it if you see it. It's there. You are wondering what's going on. And honestly, at one point, I thought I had like glaucoma or some shit. It was just really poorly shot. The dialogue here is also really bad this time around. And speaking of bad dialogue, there are a lot of bad exposition moments where characters will say things like, "Hey brother, that means he's my brother." And there are moments where they zoom in on objects in the movie, and I hate when movies do this. They zoom in on an object in the movie saying, "Pay attention to this object because it's going to be used in a really pivotal moment in the movie." And I hate that. And also, this isn't a con, but there's a Return of the Jedi moment, and it feels like it's straight up ripped off from Return of the Jedi. It's not a con, but it's a little on the nose, but I don't think it was intentional. I was really looking forward to this movie, and unfortunately, I'm a little disappointed. I would say wait till this comes out on some sort of streaming platform if it does. It's not a horrible movie by any stretch of the imagination, but it's far from the greatness that was the first movie. With that being said, I'm going to give Don't Breathe Part 2 a C-. Now I want to know what you guys think. Did you guys like this more than the first one? Comment down below and let me know. And if you want to see more movie reviews, make sure to smash the crap out of that like, subscribe, and notification button. Have your tickets ready. I'll see you guys at the next movie.